Good morning!
Morning!
I'm glad to see you all back. I call this meeting of Lake Mary Toastmasters 6440 to order. Before we proceed with the meeting, please silence your cell phones. I would like to stand, everyone. I would like to ask everyone to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Our club mission is to provide a supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Please help me welcome this morning our Toastmaster, Martin Bell.
How's everybody doing today? Awesome. I got a feeling today we're going to be able to exercise the word of the day pretty well.
Yes, yes we will.
All right. So, we are in need. We've got a grammarian. There's going to be, we'll first take a moment to go over a little couple changes to today's agenda. We're lacking in a little bit of attendance, whatnot. So today, we have Carrie Bird filling in as grammarian for Samuel. Thank you, Carrie. Okay. And we've also got somebody filling in for Lamar Williams to do his speech on number 2. Is that right? Anybody?
Good job, Ernst. Way to step it up. Number 3. I think Steph.
No, here we go. Here's Lamar.
All right.
Lamar.
Oh, thank you. And we have Lori evaluating Lamar. Is that right?
Sure.
We do have Alexander here today, of course. We got evaluated by Ernst. And then everybody will see on the agenda under TBA following Alexander, Stephanie Byrne mentioned that she did want to take a couple moments to do a couple of presentations. So whatever time we have, will that be okay, Stephanie?
Yeah. I don't think I'll need an evaluator though.
No evaluator? Okay.
Because she's not here. Right?
That works out pretty good.
Unless you just want to do it.
I think Nicole found that out, so that works. All right. And if everyone just makes one change, as Alexander will be taking 15 minutes, if you change from 7:53 to 8 a.m., that will keep us on schedule.
Okay.
Good to see you, Lamar. Good to see you. Thank you. So, today's theme is March Madness. It's like, what are the chances on a weekend of coming up with a fabulous idea only to find out that great idea had the week before as you're watching the NCAA basketball tournament? Of course, there's more than one basketball fan in the room. So, on that note, thank you for letting me know that theme had passed last year.
That ship sailed.
Thanks. Today's theme is summer music festivals and concerts. Before we get into today's theme, though, let's go ahead and introduce our technical table, starting with our counter, Macarena Torres.
It is my function to listen for the use of filler words such as you know, so, okay, and other audible pauses as fillers. I will be noting if members perform any double clutches, which means to say things twice, such as this means, this means. Finally, I will also include things which might be distracting, such as lip smacks. I will present my report during the evaluation process of the meeting.
All right. For those of you that were here, I'm looking to get below that target of, what was it, 31?
gradual. It's a gradual process.
I brought my signals for the treasurer. Following, let's go with Julia Kaufman, our timer.
Thank you. As the timer, it is not a spontaneous job. I will listen closely and watch the times. For Mac or for Alexandra, you are doing a 15-minute speech. She asked me to show green at 10, yellow at 13, and her time's up at 15 minutes. Everyone else, 2 minutes prior. For Lamar, it's 5, 6, and 7. For our evaluators, at 2 minutes, the green, 2.5, the yellow, when your time's up, is 3. Stephanie, do you want time as well?
I'll be real brief.
Okay. At the end of the meeting, I will report on how we did with our time. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. And coming through in the clutch as our grammarian, the fabulous Carrie Bird.
As grammarian, it's my function to select the word of the day. Well, I didn't select the word of the day, but you have this. This is good.
That was pretty
Call
fun.
build the members' vocabularies. Each member, when called upon to speak, is encouraged to use the word of the day. Other members may gently rap on the table when they hear a member use the word. The word of the day today is spontaneous.
Good job,
And it means coming or resulting from a natural impulse without premeditation, unconstrained, or unplanned. In addition, I will be listening to any errors in grammar as well as excellent word selections. I will be noting any colorful thoughts or phrases the members might be using. I'll present my report at the end of the meeting, and if you do not use the word of the day, it's 25 cents.
Let's have a spontaneous birthday applause for Carrie Bird. All right, we have a few moments before we get to our first speech. And so I'd just like to spend a few moments on today's theme, which is summer music festivals and concerts. Anybody here already planning or have already scheduled a visit or vacation that will involve music or a festival or anything of the like? Really?
I really like
Are we not going anywhere, folks?
Sort of.
Yeah, what do you got, Lori?
The village people are going to be.
Oh,
Always at Disney.
Are you talking Orlando town?
Yes.
Yes. When?
Go to Village.
It might be this weekend, because my husband was saying, all right, I'll take you there if you want to go. So.
Weird Al's here August 10th.
Oh,
Hey, Village people Weird Al? We're going to get into a couple of good festivals here. We can top the Village people.
You should. Musician.
I had been planning to go to a music festival this summer in the desert, Colorado desert of California. I was planning to go with my wife to Indio, California for the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival. Has anybody heard of Coachella? Yes, a few. Apparently, if you're 19 to 24 years of age, it's the coolest thing. But for mom and dad, it's not very cool at all. Anyway, my stepdaughter is currently on the Empire Polo Club grounds. They actually kick out the polo horses for about a 3-month period at this Empire Polo Club in California, which is in the desert. And they host a music festival, which has been going on since 1999. The Coachella Music Festival is actually one of the biggest. Last year, close to 600,000 people attended this 2-weekend, 3-day festival, both weekends, and it grossed over $78 million. Had its origins when Pearl Jam in 1993 decided to offer a concert as they were protesting Ticketmaster and Ticketmaster's monopoly control of all venues there. So my stepdaughter's working there. They have art installations, and her little design firm was selected to do some art designs. And there's some fabulous artwork and, you know, all the big wheels and everything that goes on. So if you're in California at the end of April, want to head over to the desert, Coachella's, you know, one option for you. And this year, AC/DC is headlining along with David Guetta and then Drake. So you got your mix of rap, hip hop, rock and roll, and electronic dance. Coming right up is our buddy, Mr. Lamar Williams, who will be very spontaneous with his speech today. It is from the Confident Communication Manual, speech number 2. Organize your speech. I'm very pleased to introduce.
It's 3.
Is it? My bad. Update your agendas. Be a little spontaneous. So, number 3, Mr. Lamar Williams.
Very spontaneous and do number 3 for you. How about that? So in my first speech, I told you I live by a phrase, it's not all about me. My second speech, I taught you the true meaning of leadership, to lead with love and to be selfless. Now for my third speech, I'm going to put on my financial coach hat. Imagine the hat, it's going on. And you might say, Lamar, what in the world is the difference between a financial coach and a financial advisor? And I tell you this. A financial advisor is someone that helps you invest to meet a short-term need or a long-term goal. Now, a financial coach, that is someone that helps you get out of debt and puts you in a position to save, to accumulate wealth. And so my financial coach hat is coming on this morning, and I want to teach you all some principles to be an over-accumulator of wealth. How does that sound? Sounds good, right? Has anyone read the book, The Millionaire Next Door?
Yes.
Great. Now, in that book is a research done by 2 doctors that study the habits of millionaires in America today. And the research will probably surprise you. So those who are read it, what's the number 1 car most millionaires drive?
Used.
That's true, it's not wrong. A Ford F-150. Close second, a Jeep Grand Cherokee. And they do drive used, but they drive a used luxury car. Let me ask you this question. What do you think is a typical home value of most millionaires today? It's correct. Between 200 and 300,000. It's a typical home. Not quite the mansion you're thinking of, is it? Well, the author describes these people as prodigious accumulators of wealth. They have lived well below their means and has allowed them to substantially increase their wealth. Now, there's a flip side to this. They are under accumulators of wealth. And that's how most Americans live today. From paycheck to paycheck without the ability to save. Or they spend a lot more than what they earn. Not today, that's this morning. I want to teach you all how to be a prodigious accumulators of wealth. Or what I like to call an over-accumulator of wealth. Mainly because I don't want to repeat the word prodigious in this entire morning. It doesn't flow well from me. Alright, so step 1. This is easy. Save at least $1,000 for unexpected emergencies. Step 2. Create a budget. Come on, you know that was coming, right? You got to learn how to live within your means. Let me put it this way. You have to learn how to not spend more than what you make. Now, of course, a budget is for planned expenses. But in case of unplanned expenses, you have step 1. You're prepared for it. Now, step 3. That's pay off all your debt except for your mortgage. Now, when you buy an asset or you finance an asset, you're hit by 2 things as a consumer. One is the interest rate, and the value of the asset decreases over time. Of course, when you buy a car, it's very different from buying a home. A home has the potential to increase, so that's why when paying off a mortgage is not the main thing. Always pay off your car loan, especially the credit card bill first. Now, step 4. Save at least 15% towards your retirement. Nobody wants to work forever. So you have to save, whether you like it or not. So imagine this, you're 65. You have no intention to work during your retirement. You're pretty healthy, and you could potentially live to age 100. You want to keep your same lifestyle, but in fact, you want to increase it because you want to do some traveling. If you have that mindset, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to be a millionaire next door. Step 5. Now, pay off your mortgage. Even though home values increase over time, a mortgage is still a liability. If you want to be an over-accumulator of wealth, you have to have your liabilities as close to 0 as possible. Imagine the financial freedom you will have if you have no mortgage. What a relief off your shoulders, right? Now, that was step 6. Step 7. You have 0 debt, and you have saved, saved. You have become an over-accumulator of wealth. Now what do? I think true happiness doesn't come from what we're able to do for ourselves, but what we're able to do for others. So once you do become an over-accumulator of wealth, it's important to give. So that might be given to your parents who supported you in your time of need. That could be given to your kids, or a family member that called for your help. Maybe it's given to a nonprofit that does cancer research. Maybe it's given to a homeless ministry that feeds people who can't afford to buy food. Whatever that reason for you to give, make sure you do it. I promise you won't regret it. I'd like to wrap up with this story. There's someone I know named Ronald Reed. He's a janitor. Before he became a janitor, he was a gas station attendant. Ronald came to work with a flannel shirt held together with a safety pin. If you were to judge Ronald by his occupation and his looks alone, you would assume he's a poor man and an under-accumulator of wealth. But he was a dead opposite. He was the most extreme case of an over-accumulator of wealth that I've ever seen. Ronald had a hidden talent. He saved and he invested. When he died last year at 91, he had an $8 million portfolio. And guess what he did? He gave it all away to a library and a hospital. Wow. To be an over-accumulator of wealth with a heart to give, what an amazing combination. Thank you.
One minute on the clock, please, for evaluation. All right, well, as we just heard, it's not all about you. Fantastic. I don't even know what the word prodigious means. Anybody? Please fill me in. But just fantastic word choice. Love it.
Overabundance.
Yeah.
Excessive.
Prodigious or prodigious?
Prodigious.
Excessive amounts, large amounts, overabundance.
Sounds like it. Thank you, Lamar. And not to be outdone today, coming up with a specialty speech, number 4, which is Read Out Loud. We have the wonderful and talented Alexandra Balda. Please come on up, Alexandra.
The Cat in the Hat is a children's book written and illustrated by Theodore Geisel. Geisel, thank you. Under the pen of Dr. Seuss, first published in 1957. Back in the 1950s, the primer reader's books were considered boring with insipid illustrations. Dr. Seuss and his publisher came up to this challenge, and he was given 223 words, which are sight vocabulary words, to work on a book. Dr. Seuss, he took a challenge that I believe wasn't spontaneous. He rhymed all these words and he came up with the book that defined his career, The Cat in the Hat. The Cat in the Hat is about this anthropomorphic cat, mischievous cat, who, with 2 of his companions, Thing 1 and Thing 2, he comes into Sally's and her brother's house and wrecks the whole house completely. And after the kid's objections and alarming and screaming, the cat in the hat bring this fabulous machine, and he put the house back in place just in time as the mother walked in. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, the cat in the hat. The sun did not shine. It was too wet to play. So we sat in the house all that cold, wet day. I sat there with Sally, we sat there with two, and I said, oh, how I wish we had something to do. Too wet to go out and too cold to play ball, so we sat in the house, we did nothing at all. So all we could do was to sit, and we did not like it, not one little bit. And then something went bump. How that bump made us jump. We looked, then we saw him stepping on the mat. We looked, and we saw him, the cat in the hat. And he said to us, why do you sit there like that? I know it is wet and the sun is not sunny, but we can have lots of good fun that is funny. I know some good games we could play, said the cat. I know some new tricks, said the cat in the hat. A lot of good tricks, I will show them to you. Your mother will not mind at all if I do. Then Sally and I did not know what to say. Our mother was out of the house for the day. But our fish said, no, make that cat go away. Tell that cat in the hat you do not want to play. He should not be here. He should not be about. He should not be here when your mother is out. No, have no fear, said the cat. My tricks are no bad, said the cat in the hat. Why, we can have lots of fun if you wish, with a game that I call Up, with a fish. Put me down, said the fish. This is not fun at all. Put me down, said the fish. I do not wish to fall. Have no fear, said the cat. I will not let you fall. I will hold you up high as I stand on a bowl, with a book on one hand and a cup on my head, but that is not all I can do, said the cat. Look at me now, said the cat. With a cup and a cake on the top of my hat, I can hold up two books, I can hold up the fish, and a little toy ship and some milk on a dish. And look, I can hop up and down on the bowl. But that is not all. Oh no, that is not all. Look at me now. It is fun to have fun, but you have to know how. I can hold up the cup and the milk and the cake. I can hold up these books and the fish on a rake. I can hold the toy ship and a little toy man. And look, with my tail, I can hold on a red fan. I can fan with the fan as I hop on the ball. But that is not all. Oh no, that is not all. That is what the cat said. Then he fell on his head. He came down with a bump from up there on the bowl. And Sally and I, we saw all the things fall. And our fish came down too. He fell into a pot. He said, do I like this? Oh no, I do not. This is not a good game, said our fish as he lit. No, I do not like it, not one little bit. No, look what you did, said the fish to the cat. Now look at this house, look at this, look at that. You sank our toy ship, sank it deep in the cake. said the fish in the pot. But I like to be here. Oh, I like it a lot, said the cat in the hat to the fish in the pot. I will not go away. I do not wish to go. And so, said the cat in the hat, so. I will show you another good game that I know. And then he ran out, and then fast as a fox, the cat in the hat came back with a box. A big red wood box. It was shot with a hook. "Oh, look at this trick," said the cat. "Take a look." Then he got up on top with a tip of his hat. "I call this game fun in a box," said the cat. "In this box are two things I will show to you now. You will like these two things," said the cat with a bow. "I will pick up the hook. You will see something new. Two things, and I call them thing one and thing two. These things will not bite you. They want to have fun." Then out of the box came thing two and thing one, and they ran to us fast. They said, "How do you do? Would you like to shake hands with thing one and thing two?" And Sally and I did not know what to do, so we had to shake hands with thing one and thing two. We shook their hands, but our feet said, "No, those things should not be in this house. Make them go. They should not be here when your mother is not. Put them out, said the fish in the pot. "Have no fear, little fish," said the cat in the hat. "These things are good things," and he gave them a pat. "They are tame, or so tame. They have come here to play. They will give you some fun on this wet day." "Now here's a game that they like," said the cat. "They like to fly kites," said the cat in the hat. "No, not in the house," said the fish in the pot. "They should not fly kites in a house. They should not. Oh, the things they will bump. Oh, the things they will hit. Oh, I do not like it, not one little bit." Then Sally and I saw them run down the hall. We saw those two things bump their kites on the wall. Bum, thumb, thumb, bum! Down the wall in the hole. Thing two and thing one, they ran up, they ran down. On the string of one kite, we saw Mother's new gown. Her gown with the dots that are pink, white, and red. Then we saw one kite bump on the head of her bed. Then those things ran about with big bumps, jumps, and kicks, and with hops and big thumbs, and all kind of bad tricks. And I said, "I do not like the way that they play. If Mother could see this, oh, what would she say?" Then our fish said, "Look, look!" And our fish shook with fear. "Your mother's on her way home, do you hear? Oh, what would she do to us? What would she say? Oh, she will not like it to find us this way." "So do something fast," said the fish. "Do you hear? I saw her, your mother. Your mother is near, so as fast as you can, think of something to do. You will have to get rid of thing one and thing two." So as fast as I could, I went after my net. And I said, "With my net, I can get, then I bet with my net, I can get those things yet." Then I let down my net. It came down with a plop. And I had then at last, those two things had to stop. Then I said to the cat, "Now, you do as I said. You pack up those things and you take them away." "Oh dear," said the cat, "you did not like our game? Oh dear, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame." Then he shoved up the things in the box with the hook, And the cat went away with a sad kind of look. "That is good," said the fish. "He has gone away, yes. But your mother will come and she'll find this big mess. And this mess is so big and so deep and so tall. We cannot pick it up. There is no way at all." And then, who was back in the house? Why, the cat. "Have no fear on this mess," said the cat in the hat. "I always pick up all my playthings, and so I will show you another good trick that I know." Then we saw him pick up all the things that were down. He picked up the cake and the rake and the gown and the milk and the strings and the books and the dish and the fan and the cup and the sheep and the fish. And he put them away. Then he said, "That is that." And then he was gone with a tip of his hat. Then our mother came in and she said to us too, "Did you have any fun? Tell me, what did you do?" And Sally and I did not know what to say. Should we tell her the things that went on that day? Should we tell her about it? Now, what should we do? Well, what would you do if your mother asked you? Mr. Toastmaster.
For thoroughly entertaining us with a delightful reading of The Cat in the Hat. I was counting during the speech, and yes, it's been 35 years since someone read to me Cat in the Hat, but if anyone was to do it again, it would be you. Just put a minute on the clock, please, for evaluation.
I never heard it. I'm so glad you did that.
You never heard of Cat in the Hat?
I predate Dr. Seuss. So, and when my kids were small, it was Sesame Street. So, never did Dr. Seuss. Never heard of it. I never heard of it, but I never read it or heard it like that. That's so cool.
Was that the Sunday one?
All right, we've got about a minute and a half.
No, just at a minute.
Table topics with Mike Hughes.
Stephanie got on there again.
We got Stephanie, and we got Stephanie for a couple minutes.
You got me on it?
I got you for a couple moments, but hopefully Stephanie won't try to outdo Alexandra's astromorphic
Absolutely.
remarks prodigious.
She's everything
Yes.
so smart.
I mean,
Starfish.
she remembered and used a word of the day that Stephen gave us about 2-3 months ago.
And you still remember.
And he remembered, I remembered it too because I couldn't say it.
Yes,
Read on, it's 80, is it 3?
Yes.
803.
Okay, perfect, never mind, that was
803, 804, we got a minute or so before we can get into table topics. Stephanie makes her way up to do a couple of presentations. Anybody here at Woodstock Music Festival? Anybody go?
No. How was it?
I thought everybody went.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
In their minds.
About 400,000 people went to that. There were 32 acts. Most folks remember it for Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin and the counterculture. Rolling Stone named it one of the 50 moments that changed the history of rock and roll. Right? So that was a pretty good one. With that, let's welcome Stephanie Bonnie Byrne.
I was actually very close. I was right across the river from it.
Is that right?
But I had no interest in rock and roll at the time, so I didn't go over there.
You were telling quiet down over there?
Being in mud, yeah, shut up. Mud and cow pastures and stuff wasn't my thing. Well, it was a field, a farmer's field.
Farm, yeah.
Stephanie is an
600
outside
farm.
person.
No, I'm not an outdoors person, not at all. I will not go to any of the concerts. I did one.
Not one bit.
I went to one concert that was outside. It was my favorite jazz group. It was Rippington was going to be there. But I was so disappointed. Lawn chairs and dogs and strollers and oh God, I left. I couldn't wait. Okay. The benefits of being a mentoring club, we all know what they are. Keeps everybody involved, keeps the club active, keep your people engaged, people don't fall through the cracks. And it's all because we have dedicated people, Toastmasters, Toast mentors, if you will, who have volunteered to take on the extra role, the extra special role of coaching and guiding new members or existing members who would like coaching in a particular area of presentations or leadership. And to that effect, we had our training. We hadn't had one in a while last week, and we're going to have a makeup training because Alexandra, Gus, Paul, they're active mentors, they weren't there. And Lori has expressed an interest to attend the training. So we're going to have a subsequent one as soon as we can arrange it, when everyone's going to be around. But to that end, we had 7 people, and I wasn't expecting but 3 or 4, but that was good. People just decided they wanted to stay. And we have people who attended the training and people who may want to be mentors in the future, and they'll be ready because they have attended the training. And I would like to call up Ernst Berntet. Ernst, come on up. You're a participant in the training as well as it was a twofold. It was effective meeting training and mentor training, and I should have one of these for you. I'll find it in a moment. And not very well put together here today. I will find it and I will give it to you. Thank you so very, very much. Come back here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to have Mike Hughes. Mike Hughes. Mike is our newest mentor. Yes. Thank you. We're attending mentor training. Look at that. You're certified. Okay. We have 2 special mentors. Stephen Morgan. Advanced Toastmaster Gold. Stephen Morgan. Stephen not only attended training, he's been mentoring for years, and with that, you have your mentor pens now. Right? Yeah, that's the new one. Thank you, Stephen. And let's not forget our distinguished Toastmaster, Julia Kaufman, mentoring club and Toastmasters for years.
Thank you.
Attended training, both trainings, and you have earned your pen.
Nice.
There
That's
you are.
nice. Thanks, Steph.
Yes. Thank you very much. Every one of you can qualify. And every one of you do at times mentor people, whether you wear the official title or designation or not, as Toastmasters, and guests come in and ask questions about the program as you answer them and attempt to give the best guidance and advice. You're mentoring. So I thank you all for attending and for supporting the mentoring program. This is so fun.
Everybody learn. Terrific. I need some mentoring with my vocabulary. All right, following right up, we have the always entertaining Mike Hughes with our table topics. All right. You will call it one if you're not staring at it.
So, table topics, the good favorites. Let's go along with our theme, Cat in the Hat. What trouble did you get in when Mother was away? What trouble did you get in and kept a secret to this very day? My grand.
I was one of the good kids. We lived with my mom and my dad and my brother and my grandmother. So when my mom and my dad were at work, we had our grandmother at the house, always watching over us. So we couldn't get into too much mischief. We were good kids. We never got into trouble. We never snuck out of the house. We never did anything crazy. Nothing exciting.
Boring.
And that is it.
If you were a millionaire, which concert would you attend in your private jet? Lori?
If I weren't a millionaire, the concert that I would like to attend in my own private jet would be Maroon 5.
Oh,
Really
that's
big
so
fan. I'm really a big fan of the band, not just of the main singer, but I particularly like the new song, or I think it's new, that song that they have out, Sugar. I don't know if you've seen that video, but it's quite cute because they show up at all these people's wedding receptions and they play surprise concerts for these people that are not expecting it. And my son is going to get married, and I said, wow, that'd be really cool if I could get them to do a surprise concert, which will happen because I am not a millionaire and I don't have my own private jet. Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
What is a time in your life that spontaneousness paid off in your favor? Carrie.
For my job, I am a planner, and I plan media. Everything in my life is planned. I plan our trips down to what we're doing every single day before we go. Really nothing. Sorry. The only thing would be a couple different times that I looked at new jobs and moved across the country. That's about it. Sorry.
All right. Hopefully a final, really strong finish. What was your favorite concert when you were growing up, Donna?
Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters. When I was growing up, you can go to a lot of concerts. I did make it out to the remake of Woodstock that was in the 90s. It was a whole weekend, and my husband and I, we weren't married at the time, but we drove up there. We were living in Massachusetts and drove up there to New York. And just like I heard at the first event, it rained and there was mud and it was disgusting. People were throwing clods of mud at the stage. If you saw the video, Green Day was getting pelted with clumps of mud and sod.
I remember that.
Yes.
So, and there was no clean places to camp or do anything. It was really gross. So we spontaneously decided we had enough. And before the event even ended, we just said we packed it up and went home. That was our last.
All right, here we go. In the news this morning, in Colorado, a 12-year-old decided to poison her mother for taking her cell phone away. I want to hear your thoughts on that, Stephanie.
A 12-year-old decided or tried
to
poison her mother
with bleach
for taking her cell phone. You know, I believe in rights of the unborn, but that's a textbook case for making someone's birth control retroactive.
with that, I will take my seat before you go.
Spontaneous answer.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many people go to music festivals for the music, or just because they can go get the contact high without having to, get in their own pockets for all the substances and fun stuff. Yeah.
Why do you?
Quite interesting. Never thought either, Stephanie. It's just outdoors. You and I hate the outdoors. Like the air conditioning in here.
That's right, and my own chair. That's fine too.
We are actually on time today. And I am being spontaneous because Paul Walsh, our general evaluator, is not here. And he would have said everything was done fantastically. Thank you, Paul. Moving right along to our first evaluator. Evaluating our friend, Lamar Williams, is the lovely Lori Richards.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator and Toastmaster. Lamar, your speech number 3 was to have a general and specific purpose, and I believe that you nailed that. Your general purpose, I believe, was to inform, and the specific purpose, you repeated that a couple of times, to teach us how to become over accumulators of wealth or prodigious accumulators of wealth. I really appreciated the fact that you changed it to over accumulators. I don't know how to say it, don't know what it means. What I liked about your speech is that at the beginning you asked the question and you got us to buy into it. How does that sound? How would you like me to teach you how to become an over accumulator of wealth? So that was, I think, really appropriate. You also took charge of the stage, and you inspire confidence with the way that you look. So to me, I think that you're an expert in your field, and therefore what you're telling me becomes more important. And so I appreciate that. For me, I think I said this the last time, and I believe it's just because I have like old lady brain going on, but if you could maybe, as you're giving your speech, repeat the steps, because you gave us a lot of information, and I was trying to write it down, and I was having trouble keeping up just a little bit. So maybe, as you said, save $1,000 for emergencies, and then you went to your next point and said, create a budget. And then when you got to your third point, maybe you could have said, save $1,000 for emergencies, budget. Now your next thing, pay off debt. I think that would be helpful for me. All in all, I think that I'm really comfortable up here, and as I mentioned before, you do inspire confidence in just the way that you present yourself. I'm trying to not say great, have my little you had really smooth transitions, and the information that you presented to us, very helpful, it was relevant, you're eloquent, and as I mentioned before, I think you nailed it. The purpose was to have a general and specific purpose, and you were able to do that, so thank you, Lamar.
Following up with evaluation of the delightful Cat in the Hat done by Alexander Balder is our good friend Ernst Feinstein.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow members, and we have a couple of guests, and of course, Alexandria. Alexandria spoke from the Specialty Speech Manual, lesson number 4, read out loud. The objective of the lesson is to reading using the elements of oral interpretation, use of voice and body as movements of communication. And the subject of her speech was the cat in the hat. At first, having ADD, I was kind of wondering if I could last 15 minutes following this speech, but you actually kept me spellbound. It was interesting, and quite honestly, maybe that's lack of education or whatever, I never heard the Cat in the Hat. Maybe coming from a different country, I don't know, but I never heard it, so it was very interesting. The purpose of this speech was for the speaker to present the interpretation, reading 12 to 15 minutes from little work, making effective use of voice, rhythm, body movement, and the speaker should create an auditory and visual experience for the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell you what else she could have done. From wagging the tail, to this to that, talking about the fish, talking about the mother, talking about Sally and Conrad, using all different kinds of vocal variety, using the hands. I think you did an absolutely outstanding job, and I cannot suggest anything else. At first I thought you should, you're reading, I thought maybe she should sit down, but quite honestly, giving this kind of a reading, it would have been impossible to imagine sitting down. So you did a great job, Alexandria. We have greatly improved over the years, over the month. We've not been here for a month, a year and a half. Great job. Thank you, Mr. President.
Now we're a little bit ahead of schedule. So
Okay, there's some more to do.
we're going to be a little spontaneous here. Go directly to our technical table.
You gotta take a tablet.
I understand spontaneous is, that's just what this plan text.
Right, different. Okay. Let's go ahead and begin with our timer, Julia Kaufman.
Evaluator. We did really good on times, having 3 speakers, and we got 5 table topics in. Lamar, you spoke for 6 minutes and 3 seconds. Alexandra, 13 minutes and 8 seconds. Awesome. Stephanie, 4 minutes, 7 seconds. For table topics, Mac, 32 seconds. Lori, 55 seconds. Carrie, 39. Donna, 1 minute 25. Stephanie, 18 seconds. For our evaluators, Lori, 2 minutes, 37 seconds, and Ernst, 2 minutes and 8 seconds. And that is my report.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and move to our grammarian, Carrie Bird.
Word of the day, Julia, Martin, Lamar, Alexandra, Mike, Donna. Did I miss anyone? No.
That's my word.
Okay, so some things that I really liked about some of the grammar that was used, Alexandra, in Civic Illustrations, Andy, anthropomorphic cat, Martin trying to use it, not so good.
Astro. Does he have to pay?
True happiness comes from what we do for others. Stephanie makes someone's birth control retroactive. And Lori's old lady brain.
I gotta say, and I believe our visitor would probably, support me in this, but we did have just a wonderful use of the English language throughout today's. Wonderful.
With no cuss words.
That's always good. Yeah. No 4-letter friends today. Let's not forget our counter. She's going to be a very good friend to everybody. Right? Let's hear it. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Alexandra, 2 Us, Martin Bell.
Counting.
7 Us, 4 So's. Julia, nothing for you. Carrie, 2 Us, 1 1 and. Lori, 4 ums, 3 ands, and 1 double clutch. Lamar, 2 so's, 1 and. Stephanie, 2 us, 1 2 buts, 1 and. Mike, nothing.
Wow.
Me, 1. Donna, 2. Ernst, nothing.
Follow up with our treasurer, Ernst. Anybody who has to give. I did bring some dollar bills, so I need to Great, well, we've got about 5 minutes before 8:30. We can wrap up a little early, or we can do a few things here.
We have our business. We have our business.
We got a busy business calendar?
Yes.
Let's do this. Who am I wrap up, Ernst or Steve?
Steve.
If you would please, Martin, let the schedule go around, please, so people can sign up.
Yeah, this whole time.
And Lori has the 50-50 tickets. Get your dollars or so over there if you want to participate.
Yes, there's one.
Yeah, mine. So please add to it.
All right.
We do like to get feedback from our guests on what they thought of the meeting, and one snuck in after we got started back here. But for what you got a chance to see, what did you think? If you'd stand up, tell us what got you here and what you thought.
Yeah, my name is Dominic. I work for Palmer Natural Health in Longwood. They're big.
Laura.
Lisa?
Lisa, yeah.
Yeah. They're a big fan of Toastmasters. I'm about to become a nutrition practitioner there, so I start doing nutrition seminars. So it's good for me to come to a Toastmasters meeting and work on that. The group was very friendly. I liked the whole music concert subject because I went to 3 last year actually.
Which one do you like the best? Would you recommend one?
The Big O was the coolest one in Orlando. It was in Orlando itself.
Big O.
The Big O, that's right. And I had Weezer, which is like nerd rock and roll, you know, way back in the day. That was great, and like that. So definitely check out the Big O.
All right.
Yeah, the meeting was great, very friendly, and comfortable to be here. Thank you.
And Donna, you're here for a specific reason, but
Why
we'd
you
love to
here?
hear what you thought of the meeting too.
Thank you for having me here and allowing me to participate in Cable Topics. I want to invite everyone to your Area 70 contest this Saturday. Stephen and Stephanie are competing, so I hope that everyone will come support them.
What time and where?
It is at 2 o'clock on Saturday at the Corcanala.
Right on the corner.
Yeah, right in Lake Mary. If anybody's coming and wants to bring something good to eat or drink, there's a sign-up sheet. Are you coming?
You bring something good to cover all that good stuff there.
Yeah, and if you don't like what people bring, you can always buy something from the store. Discuss this sign-up sheet down.
Oh.
So come on out and support Stephen and Stephanie.
All right. Has everyone gotten their 50-50 tickets in?
Yeah.
Schedule gotten around yet?
No. Schedule's coming. Here it is.
Well, since the city.
Be a little spontaneous.
Here we go.
So, I mean, the schedule's gonna come
This is
around.
going to
Just
sign up
look
for
at
the-
it, see if
that's
you wanna
sign up for
sign
the-
up.
that's
Get
sign up for
mine
the
picked out
contest.
then and see you guys getting.
Here.
Yeah, $7 or half that, I guess. 863.
Oh.
And if the schedule is ready, I should grab it from where it is.
Mike has it.
Fill out what I can. For next week, Lori, you volunteered to be Toastmaster.
Yay, Lori.
Yay.
Speakers are currently Rich and Julia. There is an open slot. Table Topics Master is Ernst. I'm General Evaluator. Scheduled evaluators are Mike, Jeff, and Erica. Suzlin is Odd Counter. Macarena, your grammarian. And Nicole Liston is Timer. Does anyone want that speaker slot for next week?
Martin wants it.
I think I need 10 minutes.
Oh, well, then we don't want another speaker. Okay.
Too long, give up.
Well, Rich is already listed there. All right. Any other announcements or business? Has everyone paid their dues here?
Yes.
Yes.
Ernst is going to make sure of that. All right. Then I hope we'll see everyone on Saturday, otherwise next Tuesday.